Hi everyone, Dave Eager here from CIR South Office with a business tip for you. Today I want to talk to you about keeping complete files, complete records of all your transactions and your clients. Something that we see often is a realtor will work with a buyer for several weeks or work with a seller for several months. And an issue may come up a year from now where someone's not happy or they're not certain about what happened in their transaction. And we're asked, and the realtor is asked to provide their file, to review their file, maybe with the Calgary Real Estate Board, maybe with RECA or REX, or with the brokerage. One of our concerns is that a lot of agents don't keep all the paperwork from their transactions. I just want to do a quick review on what should go into your files for your buyer clients and your seller clients. With your buyer clients, you should keep a copy of every property that you show them, along with the date and time that you showed them that property. You should keep a copy of your buyer brokerage agreement that you've done with them, a copy of every piece of paperwork, their agency agreements, everything. You would also keep a note of any conversations you may have had or any email conversations that might have a bearing or serious outcome later. For example, you have a buyer who wants to write an unconditional offer, and you've given him advice that that's a very dangerous way to buy a house and there's a potential that they could lose a deposit. If you're ever in a situation where someone's taking a big risk or going against your advice as an industry member, you'll want to make a note, even an acknowledgement that client would sign with you saying that they choose to proceed in a transaction contrary to what your advice would be, such as writing an unconditional offer or buying a grow-op or an unremediated grow-op. You want to keep proper records in your file of your discussions and also diarize or journalize, where you would actually keep written notes of your daily business, what conversations you had, what properties you showed. So if you're ever asked for that later, you have a complete file. I know it's a little dry, but it's really a good habit, just like keeping good information for your taxes. Now with your listing clients, again, always keep your CMA, your full listing contract, all the paperwork that you've completed with that seller client. You also want to keep a record of all showings that have happened on the home, notes on all feedback you were able to receive back. You also want to keep copies of, for buyer clients and seller clients, purchase contracts that did not go through. Another area that quite often we don't hold on to or retain is unsuccessful purchase contracts. We should hold on to all of those contracts and keep them in our files so that if we're ever asked later on about that situation or a deal, that we have a full file. So that's my business tip for this week. Make sure you keep good records and keep notes. All the best. Good selling.